Hey everyone, it's just us, Jessica, or Pika Queen, and today I'm going to be playing the Pokemon trading card game Pocket, and I thought this was the only pack I could open, or I would have opened the original one that I said I was going to open yesterday, and so we're going to open one booster pack of Mythical Island. I was having a hard time clicking it. It was not wanting to click, and we get a Pikachu, Mortal, Chewtle, Leaf, Druna. And then all the new ones get put in my binder. And then I went back so I could open up the genetic apex. And I decided I was going to go with Mew, too. And then I skipped it. And then did my scroll. And we got a Ekans, Zebstrika, Dratini, Jinx, and Articuno. And most of those were new other than the Dratini. And then, yay, I got 100 different cards for the genetic apex. And then I clicked to see if I could open again. I didn't have enough, so I decided I was going to go battle. And I did I clicked on my mission so I could complete all that. And if you guys want to know something interesting, to appeal to kids in America, instead of them showing the norigami or norigimi, the square rice ball with the or triangle rice ball with the one piece of nori around it. They called it a jelly donut. I didn't realize that until later on because back when I was watching Pokemon, I didn't understand that like Japanese culture or their food. And the older I've grown up, the more that I watch like anime, I've read manga, I understand why they did it, but it was kind of weird. Just like they had to change Jinx's color. Jinx used to be black, but they found it to be racist in America and everywhere else, so they changed him to be purple. And I thought that was kind of interesting information that I have. I did the rental deck to try it out, and I did the beginner because I knew I could do it. Oh no, I went with my new deck, not the rental. And I didn't like my deck. I've messed up on it. It's a really bad deck. I could not win, so I decided to just go with the pre-made deck that they gave. That's a lot better. But this is kind of just my relaxing hangout time with you guys. Just so I can talk and enjoy the game since I'm now trying to finish the Apex, and once I get that done, then I'm really gonna go hardcore for the one with Mew. And tell me if you guys like this, I'm trying something different, giving you content every day at this point. I play like 30 minutes of gameplay to get a good amount done and broadcast it to y'all, to, blah, 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 to all of you guys so you can watch it. The reason why this deck sucks is because I had too many different types of Pokemon and not enough energy for the game. And it was just annoying me, so I didn't like this deck. I played it once. And so it's the opponent's turn. Right now he just has a Magikarp out. Switched it with a Froakie. I got a Pinsir. I attacked him for 30. And then I got a double. Got the Froakie. That was my second one. And then he pulled out Magikarp again. Evolved my Rattata into Raticate. And then I tackled him for 80. Got that Shootle out and I won the game. But I didn't really like the deck because I could really only use my normal type Pokemon, instead of me being able to use all of them. And I did get a pack for it. And then I don't have the auto on because I'd rather play it myself. I battled it again with that horrible, horrible deck. And I was going second for the second time. And the only Pokemon I could put out was I was reading. I thought I could put him out, but I couldn't. I just could only put him in. And I had no normal Pokemon to put out after him. And drew a Rattata, put him out. I put that onto the main shoe and drew 2 cards to see if I could get anything to help me out. Put the Sandshrew out, and I couldn't use the same support card, so I didn't, so I just pounded him. Got me for 20. And drew a Pokeball, and I used that just for the fact that I needed better basic Pokemon. I got an Onix, I was pretty happy with that. Made the Sandshrew into a Sandslash, put out the Onix, drew 2 more cards to see if that would help me. And I pounded them again for 20. And got me for 20 again. And then I got a Pinsir. And I'll put it onto Rattata. I evolved them into Mindshoe or Mindshow. Got that one out for 40. They put out a shoulder, tongue slapped me for 20. I got a heat more. Opponent finally killed me. And then I put out my Rat-a-tat. And I got a double. And I put the double out for Lulu. And then I got him for 20. And I killed off the shoulder. And then second win of this one. And then I evolved it into Eradicate. And evolved the double to the Wooloo into a double. And then I bit that for 40. And drew Cubone. Put it onto the double just in case I needed to use it. Got him for another 40 and killed him off and won the second game with this horrible deck. And the card of my game was Rat-a-tat and his was Shoulder. And then I got another promo pack with that. And then I decided I was going to try the intermediate one. And I chose the Sand Slash. Nope. I chose the borrowed Charizard deck. And then I go second again. I put out a Charmander, Moltres, Saladin, and another Charmander. And Finian is what he pulled out. And then I had I was weak to water and I wasn't thinking about this. And I used a Pokeball and I grabbed a Ponyta. And then I used Ember. And I didn't realize that, I didn't really look at it and I didn't realize that it was going to take away my points for it. Like the energy. And he got me. And then I pulled a Charmeleon. And I put it on the second Charmander I had. And I put it on the Charmander. Grabbed another basic Pokemon and I got another Ponyta. And I shot him with another Ember for 30. I killed that one. I was like, cool, maybe I'll actually win this game. And then he took out a Camarant. And I pulled a Rat-a-tat. And I put it onto the Charmeleon. And because I had no energy on my Charmander, I ended my turn. He pulled out a Squirtle, water gunned my Charmander and killed it off. Opponent won for that one. And then I pulled out my Moltres because it wasn't weak to the water. And then I put the Ponyta out and I ended my turn because I didn't have enough energy for Moltres to battle. And then they got me with a Wave Splash for 40. And then I pulled the Charizard EX. I put it down. And I put another fire onto Moltres. And I thought maybe I could attack, but I couldn't, so I ended my turn. And then he evolved it into a Blastoise, and I was screwed after that. That was 80 points. Bam. Moltres out. Opponent won again. And I just put out my Ponyta because it only needed 1 energy to fight. Pulled a Slazzle. Evolved it. Put out my Rattata. Put that onto my Ponyta. And I attacked him for only 20. And then he got me with a Hydro Pump and killed me for the 3rd and final time, and I lost this battle. My card of the game was Charmander, and his was the Blastoise. And I acquired something, and I read that I needed Lightning type, but I don't have a Lightning deck right now. I only got Fighting. And then I was checking the deck missions, and I took those. And then I tried again. And I went to my Sandslash deck to see if that would help. And then I went into battle for the 2nd time with the Blastoise deck. And I started out with a good hand this time. I put up my Sandslash, Hitmonchan, Cubone, and the Mineshu, and I started the battle. And I was the first turn, and I pulled a Rattata, and I couldn't do anything, so I ended my turn. He used a Pokeball to get another basic Pokemon, then he drew 2 more cards. And he got me for 20. And then I pulled a Pokeball. I added that to my Sandshrew. Used the Pokeball to get a random Sandshrew back in my hand. And then I scratched him for 10. He got me for another 20. I drew a Farfetch'd, and I put up the Sandslash. I put another thing onto him, and I got him for 70. Killed off the Squirtle, and I was like, cool, I might actually win this time. And he pulled out a Choodle and another Squirtle. And I pulled Eradicate. And I forgot to put an energy on, but I slashed him for 70. And then I got a Professor Oak. I put it on my Mineshu and drew 2 cards. And I got a Rattata and a Jigglypuff. And then I slashed him for another 70, and it was like, yes, 2 wins in a row. I might win. Bam. And then he pulled out War Turtle and evolved it into a Blastoise. And he got me with a Hydro Pump for 80 and killed off my Sandslash. And then I put in my Hitmonchan because that had the most HP. And I pulled a Pidgey. And I put it onto the energy onto my Hitmonchan and jabbed him for 30. Oh. I put out the Rattata and then jabbed him for 30. And he got me with a Hydro Pump for 80 and killed me off for the second time. And I put my Rattata out and drew a Cubone. And I put the energy on Rattata and I evolved it into a Raticate. And I bit him for 40. And then he drew 2 cards, put another thing on him, and got me for 140 and killed me. Opponent won, I lost. At least that battle wasn't as bad as the first one. My card of the game was Sandslash and his was Blastoise again. And then I decided that I was going to go with just the War Turtle one, the beginner one, because it was a lot easier and I could win. And I get to go first again. I put out my Sandshrew, Farfetch'd, Sandshrew, Cubone, and I started the battle. And he had a Shelter out. And I pulled a Sandslash, and I drew basic Pokemon, which was Rattata, and ended my turn because I couldn't do anything. And he got me with a Tongue Slap for 20. My turn. Drew another Cubone. Added the energy to the Sandshrew. Scratched him for 10. And he Tongue Slapped me again for 20. And I pulled a Jigglypuff. Put my second energy up so I could get him with a Slash for 70 and killed off the Shelter. First win. Hoping I win this time. And then he pulled out a Finian. Used Water Gun for 20. And then I picked up a Professor's Research and I used it to draw 2 cards. And I got a Manchu and a Pokeball. And then I put the energy on the Sandshrew and I used Slash again for 70 and killed off the Finian. Second win, hoping I win again. And then he pulled out another Choodle. And got me for 30 and I was down to 10 points. I pulled Eradicate. And I put the energy onto Farfetch'd and I slashed him for 70. And then he used Bite, got me down to nothing and killed off that Pokemon. First time for him killing me. And then I put up my Farfetch'd. And I drew 2 new cards. And I got a Onyx and a Mindfu. That's what it is, Mindfu. And I put out the Mindfu. And I Leak Slapped the Choodle for 40 and killed him off and won this game. And victory! And he was my card of the game, and his was the Choodle. And I got some of that dust. I don't know what it was. Then I noticed that I didn't have any more energy. So I went up to the setup battle, genetic apex, and I just was looking what we had, and I chose to go with the Graplock deck. And I go second. I put up my Farfetch'd up there, put the Pidgey down, Sandshrew, and I said start the battle, and he just had a Cubone. Opponent's turn. And I drew a Cubone, put him up, and I picked up another basic Pokemon, which was another Cubone. And then I drew 2 cards, and I had a Rattata and a Mindfu. And I added the energy onto my Farfetch'd, and I Leak Slapped him for 40. And he growled at me and just put me down 20. I picked up another Rattata, put that onto the Sandshrew, and I Leak Slapped him for 20 and killed off that Pokemon. Bam! 1 point. And he pulled out a Rhyhorn. And I picked up a Pokeball. Used the Pokeball to pick up a basic Pokemon, which was Onix. And I accidentally put the second energy on him for no reason, and I slapped him for 40. And I picked a Jigglypuff, and I put that onto the Cubone, and I Leak Slapped him again. Bam! I killed him for 40 again. And bam! Point 2. And then he pulled out, I think it's a Diglett, and he Mud Slapped me for 20. And I pulled a Mineshoe, and put it on to Pidgey, the energy, and I Leak Slapped him for another 40, which left him with 10 HP. And he evolved his Geodude to a Graveler. My turn. I pulled a Sandshrew, and I didn't care to put energy on, and I'll Leak Slapped the Diglett and killed it. And bam, point 3. I win again. Victory was my Farfetch'd, and he was my card of the game. His card of the game was the Diglett, and I won all that. And then I saw that I opened a new battle, which was the Nidoran. I was trying to check the time, and I'm like, cool, I have time for one more game. And so I went for it. And I go second again. And I didn't want to put my Cubone out, so I put the Mindfu, Sandshrew, Hitmonchan, and then the Cubone last, and I ended that. And then I found out that darkness is weak to fighting, so I took that to my advantage. And I drew Eradicate, I put my energy on my Mindfu, and I pounded the Ekans. I got him for 40 because he was weak. he bit me for 20. And then I drew another Mindfu, added the Mind Chow, and they were still weak to it. Then I added another energy to that, and I spiral kicked the Ekans for 60 and killed him right there. And another point for Jessica. Boom. Or Pika Queen, or Jess, whatever you want to call me. He put up another Ekans. And he bit me again for 20. And I drew another Ratatat. And I put that one on to Sandshrew. And I spiral kicked the Ekans to death. And he died. Point 2 for Jessica. Woo! Or Jess, or Pika Queen, whatever you want to call me. And then he pulled out a coughing. And he used verifying gas, I think. Or identifying gas. I can't read it. And then I drew another basic Pokemon, which I didn't really need, and I got a Pidgey. And I put the energy on Cubone and spiral kicked him for 60, and he only had 10 points left. And suffocating gas. And he got me for 20, finally killed that Pokemon that I've had since the beginning and got a point. And then I pulled out my Hitmonchan, which they were all weak to again, and I picked up a Sandslash. I evolved the Sandshrew into a Sandslash, put the second energy on, and I jabbed him for 30, and I killed him and won my second battle. Bam! Jessica got another point. Jess, Pika Queen, whatever you want to call me at this point. I go by any of the names. Victory! My card of the game was my Mind Shoe, and his was the coughing. And I knocked out opponent, got my XP, got a first time reward. And then I checked and I saw it was like 30 minutes because I said my videos on the game was going to be about 30 minutes. So I claimed my promo cards and I got an Eevee. And that one was new, so I got to put that into my binder. And then I opened my second promo. And I got a Chinchino, I think. And it wasn't new, I already had it. I don't know what I was doing. There we go. Now I finally push next. And I got items acquired. Then I did my missions and I completed that. And then I clicked missions again because it was still lighting up. And I got both of those. And I got my special reward up there. And then it said I had more. So I looked at more. And there was nothing lighting up. So I did the Wonder Picks today because I forgot to yesterday. And I was really trying to go for the Mewtwo. And let's see what I got. I got a Venonat. Which he was new, so I was happy for that. Put him into my binder. And I sent a thanks to them. And I thought it was going to close, but it didn't. I realized I had to close it. And then I didn't want that one. So I went down to Toe Lubber 41. I don't know what I was doing. So I clicked on this one with Toe Leopard 41, and I really wanted the Kangaskhan. Khan. Let's see what I got. And I got the Payakumiku. There we go. And then
Sorry if I
was
said that
looking,
wrong.
and I saw the Golden Amber, and I know I don't have it, so
And
I
then I
chose to go with
closed
that one.
all of my
Things that were done, I sent it thanks to Toe Lover 41. Let's see what I got. I got the Whirlipede. I think I already had that one. And then I went. And then I thanked Mr. CJ. And I had no more picks left, so I went home. And I went into the shop. I got my free stuff. I was checking, and I already had all of these cards. I bought them yesterday, and I didn't want to buy them again. So I just bought the Hourglass pack. Pack of Hourglass times 6. And I got my other mission card, which was the Mythical Island. And I got a Mankey, a Dimelmize, an Eevee, a Chatot, and a really cool Gyarados EX. And I put all of the new ones into my binder. And then I got that item. I closed it out. Then I went to the Genetic Apex and I chose Mewtwo again. And I said open a pack, skip. And then I spin the wheel. And I chose that pack. And I opened it up and I got a Golurk, Farfetch'd, Ponyta, Petalilly, and a very cool Bulbasaur. And the only one that was new was the Golurk. I put them into my binder. And then I opened another pack because I still had enough. And I spin the wheel again. And I open up the pack and I get Tentacool, Old Gamer, and that was the one that I was trying to get, and a Gengar EX, which that was new as well, and a Rhyhorn, Hunter, and most of those were new, and that was the one I was going for in the Wonder area. And then I put them all back in my binder. And then I was seeing if I could open another pack, which I didn't have enough, so I said cancel. And I got to level 8 today, yay! And then I got some more missions done and I collected them. And then I did the theme mission and I completed that and I got a new background. And it kept on saying I completed the Gyarados deck, which I thought was really cool. And I clicked on missions again because it was still lit up. Noticed I didn't have anything. And thank you guys for watching. Oh, did I? Oh, I opened another pack. Cool. Okay, never mind. I guess I got it from doing the missions, and I think, yeah, I spin the wheel the opposite way. Open the pack, and we got a Chinkanol, a Cottonelle, a Cottony, and then another Gengar EX. And the Grimer was the only new card out of all of them, but hey, I'm filling up this, and I got 110 cards, which was better than before, where I had very little. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.